Hello everyone. Before we start today's video, if you could all do me a solid and lightly tap the like button, perhaps share the video about and leave a comment. If you are not subscribed, subscribe as well. It would greatly help this channel. Thank you very much. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Captain's log, subdates 221014.2. As I'm going to go and see Coheed and Cambria, I'll be taking a 3-day weekend. I have placed Crumble in charge, and have explicitly ordered him to beast crewman Boar with extreme prejudice and malice. Hello everyone, welcome to This Week at Twitter, or Twat. Today we're going to start with the Humble Bean Merchant, aka the Quartering. Recently he moved home, which we found out through a tweet we're going to go to in a moment. So as to ensure this home is appropriately proportioned and he can maximise the space of it during the festive season of the Spoop, he has decided to test something else out, which in and of itself is quite scary to think that other more enjoyable holidays are going to be co-opted. I'm doing the conspiracy thing that you do as well. Don't mind me for a moment. I'm just going to have a bit of fun at your expense. More notably, and if you're British you'll know this all too well, if you shop in Poundland, Christmas stuff in Halloween. So Jeremy, too soon? Underneath, a Christmas tree. Now, forgive me here, but that's not okay. You in the background have a Halloween sign. You have pumpkins, which also indicate Thanksgiving, don't they? And you put a Christmas tree. You're selfish, you know that, right? Blasphemer. I should block you for this alone. Underneath, I just moved in. I'm just making sure I don't need a bigger tree. I may need a bigger tree. Well, size isn't everything, Jeremy. You should know that better than anyone by now. Also, if you want to maximize the space, by all means, waste more money on a fake tree. But I would advise, you don't need to test this now. Oh, but everyone mad panics at Christmas. Have you heard of online shopping? Get a tape measure and you can work it out for yourself. I hear mathematics isn't overly complex. Underneath, people whining about the TV placement. I'm sitting on my couch. Now, I actually don't care about the TV placement. I know some people would prefer to have it over the fireplace. I think that's the wrong place to have it as well. Underneath though, Sydney Watson. I love Christmas, but this is psycho. And Jeremy, to defend himself, replied, I'm just making sure I don't need a bigger one, I'm taking it down. It's good to know that we on the internet, especially those with more significant pull and held in higher regard by yourself, can bully you into doing this. Because at this point in time, if any tree should be upright now, it should be one that best represents the spoopy season. Might I recommend a Whomping Willow, or something picked fresh out of the Addams Family garden? Maybe a 20-foot tombstone made of actual stone. If it falls on you, will it be like Acme? Will you suddenly go flat? Can you go flat? If you can't tell, I don't like Christmas. I do like, though, the spoopy season. I do like December as well for YouTube ads, but not for Christmas itself, beyond food and drink. Maybe that does mean I do like it. Moving on, Jimmy Carr was trending. Now, Jimmy Carr is a comedian. He has, well, for a while, he sat on the fence with a lot of comedy styles. His style, short jokes, to the point. Very good at handling hecklers. I've spoken about him many times on this channel because he seems to have become more based as time has gone by. Recently, Channel 4 purchased a piece of art, and the point of the show that will feature Jimmy Carr is, will they let Jimmy Carr destroy this piece of art or not? The piece of art in question was made by Adolf Hitler. So Vivian Wolf, Channel 4 should have fired Carr when he said that the Romani genocide by the Nazis was a good thing. Now they want to let an audience decide whether he should smash one of Hitler's paintings or save it. Tasteless, crass attempt at being edgy. Firstly, he wasn't hired by Channel 4 when he made that joke. It was a Netflix special. So Channel 4 have no reason to fire him. He does a lot of stuff on Netflix and other platforms now as well, so he's well within his right to make jokes there that they may well be okay with. The more relevant comment underneath though, this might on the surface seem okay, but history shows us that such activity is inherently bad because it's legitimizing destroying things by people we don't like. Anyone remember the Institute blah 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 blah? That's the same thing in terms of impetus, even if morally different. Statues being removed from the ground is another one. There is an article linked down below by The Guardian on this. Richard Littler, take an important subject, miss the mark, chuck nuance out the window, add a dash of false equivalence, Or maybe I'm just niggling because Channel 4, We Nurture New Comedy Talent, rejected the Scarfuck series in favour of a Hitler painting. He might be salty. My view on it is, if you destroy things from the past, you are doomed to repeat it. The same comment, just said differently, by Diddle Demon S. I completely agree with this. We shouldn't be doing that. We should be preserving it and ensuring that those who come after us know of this, so they do not continue this pathetic remaking of the same mistakes. You see it in religion a lot, certainly during religious wars, to erase what they didn't like and make their own version on top, creating a weak foundation that invariably itself was destroyed and replaced as a foundation. Although if we get picky enough, we can apply that to most of society, and it is not a position I am willing to change from. I do wonder what you all think though. On the 13th of October 2022, J.K. Rowling received the following comment. How do you sleep at night knowing you've lost a whole audience from buying your books? Just the thing, even under the pseudonym that J.K. Rowling uses, those books are still selling reasonably well. J.K. Rowling replied with, I read my most recent royalty checks and find the pain goes away pretty quickly, which I will admit I didn't expect from her at all. Ned's feed underneath. Scary to see a professional writer who can't spell check. So I'm now going to correct you, Ned. In the United Kingdom, J.K. Rowling has used the correct word for check. We don't use the wrong word, sorry, but we have rules and language. We're not very good at other people's language, like yours for example, broken English, but we do like to make sure our language is a tad traditional and accurate. What I really like is, people are still so obsessively angry with J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling has taken a very firm stance, and this stance is going nowhere, yet people don't seem to want to relent. Now, I really believe they're just trying to get J.K. Rowling removed off Twitter entirely, reduce her presence on multiple platforms where she may well frequent, because out of sight, out of mind. Forgetting, I don't think she really cares, because people will still buy her books, either as J.K. Rowling or as Robert Galbraith. And just as a last thing, a lot of operating systems have come from your country. Simple English is in fact there as well. It's for you, Ned. Next on the list of people who've become absolute pariahs, Kevin Sorbo was trending. The reason why is because he tweeted out, anyone regret getting the jab? Now this in and of itself has caused a whole slew of crap for him, with the majority of people saying, do I regret not dying and protecting my community? I'll take no, absolutely not for $2,000, Alex. I assume that being a reference to Alex Jones, who owes $1 billion, almost. But then I couldn't help but notice with David Hogg, he also replied again, this is going to be a long day for your publicist. Many that were more vocal, got more attention, more likes, more interaction. Yeah, they are the ones that agree with David Hogg here. And the problem is, recently Pfizer got a fair amount of flack. Their interpretation of information, and when it all came to light, does them no favours, and I have to say it that way, because if I say it any other way, I get into trouble with YouTube. Kevin Sorbo is not the only person though to tweet about this. Another would be MIA, by tweeting out, if Alex Jones pays for lying, shouldn't every celebrity pushing vaccines pay too? Oh boy. Many have said that MIA is acting like Kanye West, and some have even referenced race as a valid way of saying, stop embarrassing South Asians and just sing Paper Planes, I'm not doing this today. Just the thing, please don't use this as an excuse to denigrate someone based on their race, or to think that because you're a part of that racial community or group, that they are a community. People are individuals and can think for themselves. If they disagreed with these vaccine mandates, then they can disagree with them. And them tweeting about this, well, it does one hell of a job stoking a flaming argument. It's going to be quite, well, spicy, isn't it? I guess as I've mentioned Kanye West, I should now reference other tweets that have people wondering whether or not his mental health is at all okay. There is an argument here, even with those that know him well, that it can be used as a form of gaslighting. One has to be very careful how they tread. So Kanye West on Twitter, who do you think created cancel culture? Now I saw an image which had Dream reply, the liberals, and I had thought maybe this was a spliced together image. But then I went to Google and my foo was good, because I got the Tommy Innit's reply underneath, oh no, no, They, many spaces, got many spaces, dream full stop, he's finally, no apostrophe, spaces, based capital B. Above it, this tweet was deleted by the tweet author, so I went to archive, and it turns out, actually it did get tweeted, and he had deleted it. No doubt because he realized, shit, I've got like 6,000 quote retweets, I don't need that heat right now. I'm a Minecraft player who's only just shown his face. It might be an idea to protect myself a little bit here and remove it quickly. But it's okay, Dream, don't worry. The internet is forever, and we have it on archive. You can thank Tommy Innit, because it was his tweet I archived. The final thing I'd like to cover today concerns my friend Sinatra. Sinatra is a fantastic creator and a very entertaining streamer. He puts on a very good show. For that, I firmly believe he should be monetarily rewarded and by extension be allowed access to monetization. That way he can make money through donations, super thanks, and of course ads. Not that any of us ever get ads anyway, unless they are placed upon us without us getting anything from it. Recently, Sinatra had to reapply for his second channel, which is Sinatra Says Second. Go follow. He had to reapply because he was accused of bullying and harassment of either Amber or Foodie, and I can't remember which. But he does do regular recaps of the Dainty Girls. Because of that, he gets a lot of attention, and I'll be honest, he's kind of cornered the market because he's much better and entertaining than the vast majority of the stream sniping twerps who suck at making content. Because he's not stream sniping. So Sinatra, who could have seen this coming? We are denied the ability to remonetize the second channel, which should not have been demonetized in the first place. Team YouTube refuses to give a reason why it was demonetized or how to re-enable it. Underneath the image confirming that he does not have access but can reapply in 30 days. He also follows it up with, I damn near preach about not judging people based on immutable characteristics and never once made a threat or even let one from a commenter exist in my chat or comment section. This is blatantly false. Team YouTube have a real human look at this. The image says, harassment. Yeah, I had a video removed for that, for cyberbullying, and it was reviewed by a human in 5 minutes. The video is 13 minutes long. There is no way, even with it sped up, they managed to watch that and tell me that I in any way bullied or harassed anyone. There is no way you are telling me, YouTube, that you have someone reviewing this. What you are doing is insulting your creator's intelligence. And I'm not convinced anyone at YouTube has any intelligence if this is the kind of bollocks you're willing to push. I will always firmly believe that Sinatra deserves to be monetized, and the fact he has been denied so much over the years is an insult, and I believe you still owe him money for that. Anyway, as I have finished, I'd love to know what you think. Please do let me know down below. As a final thing, I have a reading narration channel called Moistski Reads. It is linked in the pinned comment, and it will be the very first thing you see. If you like poems, short and long stories, that's the channel for you. Please consider going there. I have a new video going out tonight at 8 o'clock. Hope to see you there. Thank you and have a lovely weekend.